Welcome everybody to our third and final episode of the mini series that I think have we even named the mini series? Man, we haven't named the mini series, so whatever the name is, that's what the name is. But no,
professionals here.
Super professionals. No. But whatever it is. I'm doing an opening this time because I want to say that this upcoming year we are going to be pushing for more people to get into the community. I would love for you to use our Discord link in the description of the video. Come join us, come hang out with us. I'm going to be getting some more DMs in here. I'm doing a West Marches style type of thing this whole year. So if you'd like to jump in and play with us. What?
I said proper.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Male derogatory, but no, like the whole thing is going to be whatever you'd like. You just jump in, come play with us. We want to invite you. We want to get more people into this whole thing. We're still doing the D20 cruise every April, so if you want some discounts on that, come join us. I'm going to start playing Doomlings online during the week. So if you want to play Doomlings at like one of our tables, get us some discounts on a bunch of our Doomling stuff. We are like emissaries of Doomlings, which kind of like feels real if you listen to any of our stuff and then say, wow, Doomlings is sponsoring them. Of course they are. We're rolling until Ragnarok. We talk about the end times. This is where we're at. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed our little mini series explaining where the gods went for Sal'Terra and this whole universe that we're going to be playing in and making stories in for the next couple of years. Look forward to seeing a Kickstarter this year go off because I'm going to be putting together a compendium, a monster guide, big bosses guide. Like I have so many different things I have to write that it's getting too much. But I need a Kickstarter to go up because I need artwork and I can't do all the art by myself, and that's just the way it is. But look out for that soon. Get in our Discord, get in our community, come be part of all this. It's going to be a lot of fun. We love you. All right, now watch me as Ikaru kill all these people. Let's go. Anyway, let's begin.
Excuse me. I would like to say, as Mother Nature, life finds a way.
Yeah, Atmos agrees.
What incarnation?
That's the intro?
Where did we leave off last time? I believe we left off with the plan. And the plan was for Mother Nature and Atmos to go be baked while Drakthar built the greatest box of all time. And Ramses performed a huge ritual with Tablu. And Althena and Baelor, you were going to corral him into or fight him, like basically keep everything safe while this happened. Okay.
Baylor, I thought you were supposed to be taking notes this time.
Yeah, like that ever actually happens.
Anybody's notes say differently. Yeah,
I think that is correct from what I have written.
Okay, but I do know that the last thing I said though was that each of you may go off in this time and declare your champion or your herald, because that is the one caveat of Ramses' rituals, that everybody has to be declared a herald. The Pale Scholar declared Ramses his herald before disappearing. We haven't seen Mirabella in some time. We haven't seen what is your frenemy's name there, Althena? No, but
Valora.
Valora. There's a handful of gods and goddesses we haven't seen in a minute, but we do know that they've either been taken by Ikaru or they have found somewhere to hide and declare their herald as well. the Underfather was just healed. And so now he is willing to, he is there ready to go help out as well. Him and his millions and millions of sketa that seem never ending until he gets hurt enough, and then they seem ending very fast. But there we are. So I think I would just like to focus on Mother Nature to start with. You can talk about your herald if you'd like, because you were the last one left in the room with the behind the scenes with Atmos, as he's kind of like, I would say he's kind of like skipping around the room, but then he like stopped to talk to his herald, who he named, and he named the young Anokle his herald. She is his speaker, the one that stands at the top of the Temple of All, the daughter of Kreskel and niece of Crimson. And he says that the reason he has named her is because she has the most freedom in her heart out of anybody he has ever known. And that there is something about that that's just beautiful and boundless. And he wants that to carry on into the next generations. But Mother Nature, spotlight's right on you.
I think she considered Kreskel for a moment. And it has to be in a mortal's moment, because a moment to gods could be lifetimes. And I think she decides that he is strong enough to shoulder the responsibility of caring for and protecting his daughter, and who she decides to visit instead. And the flowers in his wife's bedroom bloom wider with this almost, I would say almost choking scent of honeysuckles, as she kind of just steps through from behind the scenes into the room. And she smiles and she says, "Things are about to get really hard for your family. I would like to offer my condolences more than congratulations. I don't feel this is going to be a painless undertaking." And she sits down by the windowsill as she speaks. "They're talking of naming someone who will call us back after this is over. I would like that to be you, because I feel like Kreskel is strong enough to protect you and your daughter. I think if in the end you choose a different path, I won't be angry. It would be a reward, because I don't think you're going to get a better one."
Yes, Kreskel will burden the brunt of it. He would put the whole world on his shoulders if he could. But me, I will make sure that you come back. I will make sure that deals are upheld the way they're supposed to be. This is a wonderful blessing for our house.
I worry the strain it might cause, because I don't feel like your family deserves the loneliness that seems like it's going to come from this.
We are stalwart and have always been here to uphold what you all have needed. Through our pillars, others will find warmth and community, and therefore the loneliness will be worth it.
She nods her head and she sighs this kind of tired sound. I don't know if this plan will work, But I guess at the end of the day, we can just hope for the best and climb in the saddle.
Kruskal speaks of a new kin he has found, a kinship he has found in with Tablu, and a deal they are making through Pax and with your newest sibling, Death, to help bring our family some form of peaceful rest and togetherness. So maybe that can help you find some peace in your rest as well. From what I understand, it is about to happen.
I hope. I hope it. I hope things work as they're supposed to. And, however, from what I've seen, anything that happens to involve certain members of my family, things never work as they're supposed to.
We'll take them as they come and go, and either way, we will come out on top in the end.
And she kind of reaches out and she pats her hand and she says, I do hope you remember that it is for all. And she's going to... There's this kind of green glow over her before the Blooming Mother disappears.
In the emptiness, she says, we are the great bloodline, radiant of the sun. It'll never break. Roll me a perception check, or I'm sorry, roll me an instinct reaction roll for me there, Blooming Mother.
Oh no, an instinct? Okay.
Yes, an instinct reaction roll.
If it'll load.
Just need to know the number.
Quicker. It's a 16.
Cool. We'll get back to you. Moving on to Baylor and Althena. You both decided to step away at the same time. So where have you two gone? First, just in I guess to go, but also have you decided to name your heralds?
So I've definitely decided to name a herald. And so I'm going to name, her name is Cephala. She, like SELFA.
Nice.
Yes. And she is the daughter of one of my greatest champions, RUR, and that's spelled RAUK. And so in this moment, Cephala is still a child, like super young, 5 or 6 type of thing. So the message would actually be delivered to RUR that you've been my one of my many chosen champions. You've led many a hunts. And I've watched you from when you were a child to where you are now. And you've asked many times for many children. And your youngest daughter, even you thought was too wild. Cephala, know that she is blessed with all the gifts that I could possibly give her. And I may be going away for a little bit of time. And it is through you, through Cephala, that the great name, the traditional hunt, the things that make you and I great will be returned in time through her. Teach her all of our ways. Know that I'm not leaving this hunt unfinished, and that I go to face our greatest foe ever. But if I do not make it, you are my line here.
Is this something you bring to him in a dream, in a message like that he would have pushed into him, or is this like a personal, like you show up in form?
You know, I think I would show up in form. I feel like this is a moment worthy of that.
You would watch as he scoops her up and puts her on his shoulder, and he looks at you and agrees, takes it all on. There's stars. There's the thrill of the hunt in his eyes as he looks at his daughter. This wild thing that is just in the middle of being Donnie from the Thornberries, even while she is sitting there just on his shoulder, just having the ball, the best time of her life. And he goes, I understand the graveness. There's tears welling up in his eyes as a father. And he says, but I will need just one moment. And he walks out of his the flap of his hunting thing, and you hear him just scream into everything. This is my daughter, a girl, a female born under me. This is the one. Everybody said to stop having daughters, and I said, nay, I want more of them. And I kept doing it. And this is her, the champion, the herald of our God, the only thing, the wild. In fact, that is her title, Sufla the Wild. You all will know her bloodline because it will never end. And he just screams out into the distance like a roar of thunder and lightning and the howl of wolves over the echoes. And you realize there's no one else out there. It's just him and his kid. And he's just screaming off into the distance to let even the predators of the night know that everything that he has built up, every scar on his body, has equated to this little girl. And he is just the most proud father there ever was.
Awesome. Thank you.
Althana, that's your turn.
I also was going to say I think this warrants an in-person visit. So she took a moment to step away and is well acquainted and familiar with her most loyal followers, but she kind of takes a minute to ponder, and then it hits her. She heads to one of the main temples that has multi-god representation, but clearly a huge section for her. And she's thinking of one woman in particular. She is in her late 30s, early 40s, has lived a majority of her life very passionately, very truly, in regards to everything she does. She is what you could say an advisor to the people. She is very representative of Althana in that she is very protective, very loving, very ruthless to people who either stand in her way or stand in the way of her loved ones' ways. In that she helps protect those who may need of assistance from powers that be. She's a very important advisor, and I'd like to think she's very partial to the color pink, in that she always decorates her her section of the temple in the most beautiful roses and azaleas and peonies and everything that also happen to be slightly deadly flowers if used in the right ways. She shows up to the temple in the most goddess-like gowns, very flowery, very floral, very flowy, and the smell of roses is assaulting, much more than normal.
It's assaulting.
She shows up, assumingly, when this person is praying, and she'll say, El Rayleigh Athelwood, you have chosen to proudly and passionately protect those that are needed while ruthlessly cutting down the people who have not. I choose you as someone who has lived so much of her life in service to me. But I also know that you will protect everything I stand for and everything I love to continue to keep the faith, no matter how long this may be. You have gone largely underestimated in your life, and I admire that you use that to your advantage. You are smart, you are cunning, you are quick. And she will take one of those flowers and pin it in her blonde hair and say, this is a large ask for a petite woman. But babes, I know you can do this.
I think the person that normally is able to find words for everything, whether they be passionate words or flowery or ready to bite, depending on what the terms are, she would just look up, and there was this moment of devoted silence. And then, because passion is the water that can't be held back by a dam, she also has to say, I might be petite, but my hips won't lie. And she's trying to not cry in this moment, because this is a blessing that she never irked away from, but always, she was getting older in her years and didn't believe it was going to happen. She would just turn, and it's kind of like cool guys don't look back at explosions, but she'd just take the deep breath in of the assaulting air of it all, and just smile that, just sideways, yeah, that's me, motherfucker, smile, and kind of walk forward go back to what she was doing. All the while you are in her every reflection. Both of you can roll me instinct reaction rolls.
That is a 7 on hope.
I lost the dice, hold on. Mine is a 21.
Okay.
On hope, if that matters.
Nope. So when you're behind the scenes and moving behind the scenes, it's weird. It's kind of like you are bending and folding the fabric of what space and reality is. You can kind of see where each of you are. It's like this weird little beacon. It's one of the reasons why Valora was so interesting, because she spent so much time in the mortal realm that when you were behind the scenes, you never saw where she was. She would pick these little nuggets of reality to hide in and make her her little things. The shadow passage being her home, and it's one of the most like, it was one of the things that bothered like Atmos the most, is because he really likes to like check in on everybody, and he tries to be like the father of it all, even though you all are the same age, and he there's a moment where you all looking around and you can kind of see where everybody is and what everybody's doing, and there's a blip of this large thing, and it feels like your sister for a moment. You can have that sense of wonder that Miravel creates when she is around this starry moment, and then it kind of like subsides very quickly. At the table, which is one of the spots behind the scenes, this where you all go for dinner and family meals and such and whatnot, at the table. This is where Ramses is currently. This is where Death, Mr. Socks, and Tableau are. And Tableau, and for those that are near the table and kind of overseeing things, especially Mother Nature, off to the side, you would see Socks and Tableau speaking into this piece of the void that, if you were to get closer, you could feel the harsh, the warmth, the almost smell the copper and the blood in the air from this little token that they're speaking to, as Kreskel stands alongside of Mr. Socks and these others. There is a tall bipedal cat with them, and he has dark etched fur, and this large chunk of this whole part of his ear taken off up to the tip, so it makes his ear almost look like just this Lilith piece. And he's like, come on, and he's like almost like racing them through these packs that they're making. And Mr. Socks specifically says, this is your job. This is what I have you for. Don't rush me. Even if I am new here, this is your entire existence, sir. And they both like growl at each other, like how cats do that, back and forth. And he kind of like stops and he looks down at Mr. Socks and goes, just because you created me doesn't mean I listen to or adhere to your plan of existence. I've killed more things than you this year. Remember that. I've brought more souls outside of hell and through the turmoil that you call the void than you have, and you marched through an entire peoples on a continent. So why don't you go ahead and just sign here so I can go back to killing demons and lords of hell? And Mr. Socks kind of like does a little thing where like he like twitches. Like, I don't know if you've seen cats where they like twitch and then kind of go back to what they're doing, but it's like that like weird like, oh, the wind blew, but there's no wind inside. And Tableau kind of openly says, so this is supposed to actually like keep everybody together. And the tall cat says, if you read the fine print like you should of any contract, what it says is that all of you will be alive as long as you are not ripped from existence in a violent way. You have no lifespan anymore. You will be safe. You will be resistant to dragon fire. You will be able to live your life as long as you need to keep your family together. But it also says that you need to experience life for it to be part of it. And Kreska looks around and says, fantastic. And pricks his finger and signs in blood. Right behind him, Tablu signs as well. And Mr. Sock says, thank you, Ronan. Opens up a portal and has him walk back into it. As the portal opens, there are little cats waiting for him. And he goes, this is the wrong direction. And he walks back into where you can hear a bunch of them screaming, Dad! Like, you came home. And it, like, closes up. And Kreskel, like, thanks to Blue. They hug. And Kreskel goes about his, says he's going to go and help his family move to somewhere a little bit more safe away from the top of the mountain, since he doesn't know what's going to happen coming up. As he does that, the front doors fly open, and there is a small carriage and a human pushing it. The human enters and says, I don't know where I am. I need help. Please. I was told to bring this elf here. And Atmos kind of turns and looks. And he goes, you are in the sanctuary. You are in, well, my house. This is the place of gods. How did you get here? And she holds up this long, twirling, it almost looks like a firecracker. But at the very end of it, it has like this little quill. And he goes, I see. Anybody who looks at it would understand that it is the last piece of Mirabella. It is her end. It is the last bit of her magic, was to bring two mortals to this place. I've been protecting this child from being eaten for weeks. There was a large festival, and none of my family lived. But this is the daughter of the nice lady that made bread for us next door. And somehow she was overlooked, and I found her in the kneading pile, and I've been keeping her safe, and I always pray to the stars. I don't know, they guide me. So I prayed to her, and I asked, and I begged, and she came and told me that this little girl would be important sometime in the future, and that I was to keep her safe, and she brought me here. And so she's marked with a star on her head, and right here, and she shows that there's like a piece of Mirabella left in this little girl. And she doesn't have a name, but I'm supposed to leave her here. Her father's name was Elray, though, and that's all I know about her. And Kreskel would pick her up and hold her and says, I haven't held a baby in forever. This is adorable. And like, and she would, like, the little baby would like reach up, and he'd lean down and she would like kind of like laugh and like giggle and like pat him a bunch of times, and then as he looks up, he'd say, "Oh, she got my earring," and the little baby, be holding the earring off of his ear, and he'd be like, "Oh, quick hands, what a little con artist," and put it back in his ear and put her down. And he would say, "I'll take her, and we'll make sure she's safe. If anything, she'll have a easier life with people of her lifespan, since she's not able to die now, except for by, I mean, not by the ease of time, at least." Is that okay with everybody? And Atmos just looks and goes, "Oh yeah, no babies here, please." Oof.
We have enough babies with Atmos here. And she kind of like shoves him away to lean towards the baby.
Oh my. But you, my dear, you've done such a great job. You've brought us the last of our sister. Would you say she fell for her own cause? And the woman crying would say, "Without Mistress Mirabella, I wouldn't know the end of my happiness." And he would say, "Yes, please, close your eyes, cry. Feel her love." And he would, as he tapped her back, would slowly disintegrate this woman and let her just become magic and into the stars and have a clean, beautiful ending to her life. And he would just look around and go, "Whew. Babies, though. Ooh, gosh, that was a real clean shot at me. I think bringing babies to our table. That's a thing that just never should have happened. I don't know." Mr. Socks, I'd like a minute with you. And then he's like, "I'd like a minute with you," as he like walks away from this whole moment, this beautiful moment that just happened that he took part in. And he's like, "Anyway, bye. Fuck this shit." And like kind of like taking his own little.
The blooming mother tells Crescal, "When this is all over, you and your wife should have another one."
Oh God. That's, I have to say that's really her decision, not mine. I can provide the foundation, but she's really the one that's got to bake it through. So that being said, to transition quickly to the Forge Father, I'm going to start you with your instinct roll, please.
Oh boy.
And then we're going to talk about how things begin to unravel rather quickly.
Okay.
7 on instinct. Yikes.
That's a 22.
All right. And that is Drakthar.
Oh no.
You said 22?
Yeah.
All right.
I said 21, right? I didn't say 18.
Yep. It was 22, 21, 7, and 16.
Like, should I be adding in some hope dice to that? I mean, that's kind of.
Nah, we did it. We did it already. We're past the moment. All right, Drakthar, let's go. Name your herald. Talk about what you're forging. And let's begin to spin this story into later.
Yeah, I think he'll do this. He'll name his herald at the same time that he completes his project, right? I think he.
Oh no.
No,
Start
not a
your
bad
project.
Okay, start my project, then name my herald.
No, you can name your herald, but I'm telling you right now, we ain't completing that project this moment.
No, I don't think it's gonna complete. It's just. Would I be allowed to pull who I choose my herald to my workshop and then send them away?
Yes.
That's what I intend to do.
Please.
Then Drakthar will step into his workshop, and as he moves over. Instead of moving to the forge first, he moves over to a chair. And he kind of looks at it for a moment and then puts his hands on it, shrinks it. And then as he pats the seat, he will pull the blind dragonborn girl here, who I have named Lysandra. In full name, which will be given, will be Lysandra Forgeheart. As he begins to start his work, I think he first eased the child, and I do not have much time, daughter, so listen. And he'll begin his work. And when he says listen, I think there's not an intent on his words, but his actions. I think the intent in the final gift that he intends to give her, since she cannot see the world as others see it, but with her now blind sight, is that she will be the last person to see him craft something. So he is passing on his technique to her. As he speaks while he lights the forge. Dark times are coming, but it was nice for me to see that a descendant of mine would end up being a light for her people. You'll understand fully in time that I intend to make you my chosen, but for now, understand that there's no greater strength I could give you than what you have already. I can only impart lesson because, frankly, I'm not as good with word or emotion, but my actions, my work, the art of making something for yourself, for the world, whether that be a home, a blade, it speaks to the heart, yours, and who it's intended for. I do not want you to remember my name as much as you make a name for yourself, because as long as you are remembered, as long as what you make is remembered, I will be. So, listen well, because I will only say this once. The most merciful blade is one that cuts cleanly. The strongest heart is one that speaks openly. The strongest mind is one that thinks freely. And the best path you can walk is the one that you set for yourself, not the one that I set for you. You are my chosen, but much more than that, you are your own person. What you make, the mark you leave after I am gone, that is your decision, not mine. And should we meet again, I look forward to seeing what you create. And there is a moment where he reaches into the forge, and before starting on this project fully, what he grabs out of it is one of his coals, holds it very carefully, gently, same way someone may hold a mouse or a dove, something like that. And he will crush it in his hand and open it as it turns to a key. And he will kind of whip his hand, whip his wrist, like someone kind of flicking out a blanket, but instead a chain will form from the key, and you'll walk over and put the key around her neck. You can always return here if you need a place to think, to discover, and to make something of yourself. But for now, before you touch this forge, Your home is what you need to rebuild. And there are others like you in this world. Make sure that your home is one where they can stay too.
Of course. I am not of so many words. So instead, if I may, and she would like walk very confidently forward to the edge of the forge and like right where the quenching oils and everything would be.
Mhm.
And she would put her hand on the tongs and the hammer and begin to craft until she got to the same beat as your craft. And the only way she could show you that she accepts your gift was to create. And in this time, she creates these little. At first, you're looking at them, and they almost look like if she was making like these little beaded scales, and each one somehow is becoming like not like unique in the terms that they all look exactly the same, except for like little bubbles of different things that almost it looks like it would be imperfections, but then as she layers them into this mantle, it looks like these stones, and the stones riff and move and shimmer, and they move across and around, and as they move they make this large thing behind her, and it is just safety. You can feel it become safety and power, and the last physical thing to be forged from your forge, the only thing to be forged from your forge by a mortal, is the mantle of moving stone. And she puts it on and says that she will use it to hopefully be able to find some kind of peace in the future. And she like confidently moves forward and hands you the tongs and smiles this deep smile and says, every day that I wear it, I will remember that it's another day that I'm supposed to step forward.
And Drakthar will take the tongs and then stoop down to her level as he crouches down and grabs the side of her face, tilts it down, kisses the top of her forehead, and with the brightest smile anyone has seen Drakthar give, he sends her on her way with the last words, "Live a good life, daughter."
The only way possible. And she just walks into the midst of it all. You turn to go craft. You turn to go craft this cage. The first couple hits sound right. Then there's a beating, like a heartbeat. And the world's wrong. You can feel, because your rhythm, your burn of it all is the heartbeat of your worshipers. Each one somehow adds just a little bit to your crafting. The integrity of it all, the insurmountable war that is you battling just to keep going. And you can feel something. And you don't know exactly what, but it wells up in you first. Quickly, right after you, Althana, you would feel it as well. There's a problem. For you, it would feel like like the sizzling and the last bits of a candle before it goes out and smokes. It's almost like the embers trying to grasp and keep going and keep burning, but there's no more wick left. So it's beginning to dissolve itself in the wax of the candle. As you two begin to feel it, and almost like it almost hit you like a breath, Mother Nature, you recoil from it. Atmos as well. Atmos begins to almost cough and look around, and he goes, "Oh, not again. This is what it felt like last time. Something is and he starts to like look around, and you can see it's that twitch again in Socks. Mother Nature, as Socks twitches again, you begin to feel it as well. It's almost like people forgetting to it's mortals forgetting to harvest their grains. It's mortals forgetting to pull in their nets. It's mortals not upholding the bounty. It's mortals just leaving garbage outside and refuge just out of reach of it being able to be used as mulch. It's mistreatment of land. And finally, Baylor, it comes to you. It's people using large fishing traps to catch and not eat fish, just to kill them. It's people going on a hunt and using explosives to just burn out entire homes of foxes, not just to catch one or two, but to just ravage the land just to kill like hundreds. It's this idea that the hunt doesn't matter as long as the meat can be provided. And you feel it. It's like a punch in the gut all of a sudden. And everybody may permanently remove a hope from themselves as you feel the world lose worship. Baylor, more than anybody, you can hear in the background this shh as the quills begin to move and shake and get louder. Drekthar, you quickly look down into the world, and it's almost like the entire continent has burst out into party. There is a large festival going on where you can see people carrying large buckets and large goblets of things, and there are different, depending on where they are. There's orcs. Some of them there's like hobgoblins. There are humans that are standing on these large platforms with these huge boar oars trying to but the point is that everyone everywhere is throwing as much meat into these large containers as possible to begin to create stew. But anything can go in the stew. Anything that isn't happy. Anything that takes a minute to not realize that it's part of this. You watch as some of your followers stutter, and it's almost like a dream, realizing that this thing doesn't belong, and everything be falling on it and tearing that apart and throwing it into this goblet as well. There are nodes of these all over, and you realize that this festival has stopped worship clean. There are still little pockets of your followers trying to do what they can to give you enough, to give you a breath here and there. But it is hard. because desire has overtaken into this whole thing. And at this point, you can see this wave that was talked about before, this mass depravity that Socks was speaking about, as the entire continent begins to erupt in this. It's going to be hard to forge, because without worship, your forge doesn't light. So you need to go quick.
Quick, we shall. I think Drakthar winces a bit and then smiles as he starts to work faster at the forge. Fine then. Ikaru, or whatever your name is. What you'll receive is not my greatest creation as a god, but my first creation as a man.
On a 21, Althana, you can see this thing beginning to move amongst the crowd of the people. But as somebody who has already been marked by Ikaru, Baylor, your hunter's mark is on him. And you know that that is Ikaru beginning to move through the mortals' minds and the mortals' taste and the mortals' irreparable beat. And it is going to find Drakthar. The next thing it will run into is Drakthar. So you may figure yourself out a chance to stand in its way. But this is a you two thing. You are both being spotlighted here. So you have but a moment. You know Drakthar cannot stop forging. If he does, the plan needs to shift and change and dip very quickly. But here you are. One that can see and one that knows. What are we doing?
I guess first I would relay. I was like, he's coming. He's close. We need to stop him before he gets there.
I couldn't have said it any better. You get his left, I get his right. And can we team attack?
Yeah.
I got full hope.
Okay.
You both wait for the moment, and you're used to this large thing that looks like like I said, like it's like this twisted up thing that has like this smile, and you can hear all of its the porcupine needles and stuff in the back that as it moves, but it's long and endless, and it almost looks like but this is not what you find. It's almost like the doors to the forge shatter or disintegrate or fall or melt, and there is but a man with this large smile cut out of, and it's not like cut into his skin. It's as if the world itself has just cut the smile away from what would be his body. It is just a see-through, like we've removed in Photoshop this part of his smile, and the eyes are the same way. They're see-through. You can see straight through to the back of nothingness through these large like holes that would be his face, and around him is the mix of like quasars and stars, and it's almost like he's taunting you that he's taken Mirabella from you as he walks cloaked in this beautiful darkness that can only be described as what Valora's used to be. And he enters. He's walking forward with this with this whole cloak and these stars behind him, and his hair is made up of quills that are slicked back, and the ends of them are shaking like a rattlesnake tail. You can hear the as they shake. And as he walks forward, you can hear him say, oh, "This place is so much larger than I was left to believe." And you all may team attack now if you'd like.
Bet.
100% fuck this guy.
Right. Okay. Yes. And
I'm absolutely using my floating blade shards. So I meant it when I said we get different sides. So Althana kind of feels like she goes invisible in the back and shadow steps and then appears on the other side. Blades appearing around her in this almost kind of halo that may or may not be heart-shaped. And then just immediately just attack. Trying to angle her body so that way she's blocking the path.
Bet. So I am also going to use kind of like death maneuvers to like quickly get to what am I, on the right side of him? The right side of him. I'm going to do a special boost, like off of my my pet Franklin, so that I'm coming down a little more aerial on his right side. Right, we're going to come in full daggers. Actually, technically they're axes, but we're going to go ham. We're just going to.
What is Franklin?
Franklin, since I maneuvered off of him, he's back.
No, what is he?
Oh, he's a wolf.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. So,
Franklin's name of Weight Watchers White Tiger.
Hey, we can make it Weight Watchers White Tiger.
No. It's a wolf. It's fine. It made my heart sing. Go ahead.
I thought you were going to say Franklin was a turtle, and I'd be like, "That's awesome."
That's who Weight Watchers White. That's who Weight Watchers White Tiger's named after.
Well, I think initially he was a turtle, but then I think we had a conversation about it that it probably shouldn't be a turtle, since Baylor really doesn't have a lot to do with turtles.
I feel you. Okay.
So I think it ended up just getting changed to a wolf, and
both of you rolled a hit. We'll take the highest one.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
The better one.
Hey, Baylor, roll higher.
What'd you roll? I got a 19 on fear.
Well, I got a 10 on hope.
So.
Okay, I mean, I can boost it higher than a 19 with hope.
The fear is still the problem.
Yeah, you're still rolling on fear.
That's good.
I can make mine a 15 or 14.
What you ask yourself? What do you think how much do you think you have to roll to hit Ikaru?
Oh, it has to probably be in the 20s.
28.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, I've got no way to change a fear into a hope.
No.
See, I do. And that's the...
Okay, so do you want me to... I don't know, can I give you my hope?
Nope.
See, no, we can't do that, is the problem. Your roll is higher, but it's on fear. And rolling with Ikaru on fear is probably really fucking stupid. But we need a higher roll is the problem.
The most I can do I mean, it says on Hunter's Mark, if you fail an attack against them, you can end your ranger's focus to re-roll a duality dice.
What is your? If you would like to do that, you may re-roll your hope dice.
I just have a feeling in my gut. I think we need to do that. I don't think my potential 14 is enough.
Okay, how do I specifically re-roll the hope dice though?
You just gotta roll a d12 and make that the hope instead of the thing.
Okay, I just roll the one hope dice.
Yeah, just roll one d12.
All right. It's an 8.
What was your hope? What was your hope dice before?
6.
Okay, so
My fear dice
now
was
you have a
7.
21.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what we're gonna do?
Roll our hope now.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let you know that a 21 does hit Ikaru, and that on fear you do hit Ikaru. Remember those words as we cut for a 10-minute break. Good. All right. To retcon my last sentence, you hit on hope from what we found out. And that is wonderful. Please roll your all's damage. And then have that for me.
That's some shit.
So because I said I was like, man, my wording on things is just bad. Shadow stepping. I totally meant cloaked because I can get sneak attack damage, right?
You get your sneak attack damage because you have a friend there as well anyway.
Wonderful.
Pincer attack, yo.
Wonder Twins activate.
I have to find a lot of dice.
Okay, and then that is not the right thing. Okay, 49.
Did you have that?
No, that is not halved.
Great.
And mine's 43, but halved. Either 21 or 22, depending on how we're rounding.
Okay, so we'll say a total of 45. We'll round it up a little bit. That's fine.
Okay, because I say 24 or 5. Yeah.
I believe Ikaru's already taken 2 points of damage, correct? During this time, yes?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yes,
is
thank
his
you so
third.
much.
From previous.
Yeah, this is his third, I believe.
I will say, Drakthar is also channeling his fire aura right now. So when an adversary marks 1 or more hit points, they must also mark a stress.
Sure. What does y'all's team attack look like?
You know what? I make up that it's just like 2 people appearing out of fucking nowhere, right? Just like I'm thinking like I think it's
Some
such a
Goku
Star
and
Trek
Vegeta
one.
shit just appear on either side.
I'm thinking it's more like the Star Trek like warp, right? Where you just like appear like from Discovery or something. You're just like, you know, and you're just like right there on either side of him. It's like slow mo, and you like come down on our correct sides, right?
As long as you understand that this is my good side.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. There's like this like wave and like reoccurring slamming of different weapons. The heart-shaped blades just like skewer through, and each cut goes through, and he just kind of like drops the shadow veil that he was carrying, and goes, "It's a shame to ruin your sister's last piece of clothing, isn't it?"
You were never worthy of wearing it. She
Eh.
would be ashamed.
So like it's just clothes. He's gonna like put his axe up, you know, the whole hero thing. Or something. It was a little too pretty anyway.
It was something. Now it's gutter trash like the rest of you, but that's fine. And I will spend a fear, and he will begin to clap in this rhythm as he begins to walk forward. It's the opposite rhythm of his steps, so it would feel like this. You almost like kind of hear like the click, 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 and then the of it turning backwards. And every time Drakthar takes a swing of the hammer, it's almost like they're on the same wavelength. So there's no sound anymore. Drakthar, you are slamming, you're hitting this metal, and you're hearing no noise but the clapping of his hands now. And then slowly the of his of the quills begin to take over this world, this moment, and he says, "I've never been behind here before. You all, I believe Mirabella called it backstage. Valora called it Atmos's pity party, but I just feel that I am surprised it's so vast. Where I come from, the void is endless, but this place is vast. Do you happen to know the difference? Anyone? You all may take a second swing while he speaks."
I got something here from Drakthar. I need to make a spellcast roll 15 and spin 2 hope for it.
Are you going to be able to do that while you forge?
I think the flavor of it is pretty in tandem of like him counteracting Ikaru trying to mess up his flow in this specific instance, because what he is doing is using overwhelming aura.
Okay.
And what this does is 2 things. It makes his presence equal to his spellcast trait until the next long rest, but also while it is active, an adversary must mark a stress to target whenever they target me with an attack.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just Drakthar. I think he is just tooting out, like it is actively the act of him forging. Like beforehand he was like just already like hammering, but now like his attention has gone from being worried about the world, the people in it, his siblings. It is now just him in this project.
Okay. While you all roll your dice, I would like to switch back to our Mother Nature, our blooming mother, who is currently with Atmos. And as they go to the mortal plane to position themselves to be bait, which cuts them off from being able to hear what is going on behind the scenes. With them is Kreskel for the moment, because they were going to do this in the mountains behind it, where he was going to name his new mansion. His new mansion is the home of his people. You drop off the herald and the little herald and her father, and they wave for a moment. And as you all are moving up into this mountainside, where the I would say the tree lines are thinning, so you can kind of see around you. Atmos is gonna stop and say, and try to put his arm around you as he would. Mother Nature, and say, "Hey, now, sister, you know, my favorite sister. You know, we've known each other a good long time here, haven't we? And I would say, you trust me. We are a trustworthy sort. You and I. We know what's best for the world, and I think you look around, you can see that this world is in need of saving. Yes.
Of course.
Right. You know, I was talking to that cat and the young Ramos while you all were gallivanting about trying to speak to your people. I named my herald that young lady. I think that shows that I have a good. What I mean is, I feel I've always had a very good insight. A very good I'm good at just knowing people. these mortals, these things that worship us. I think I've gotten to know them very well. I have a good a nose for them, if I would. Would you agree?
I think that when this is over with, darling Atmos, we're going to have a long chat on what causation and correlation are.
Okay, yes. Words that mean so much to me in this moment. But
You have no idea what they mean.
I think, well, mortal words to a human, to God's ears, okay. But no, my point is, I feel in this moment we can come together on something. And
Spit it out.
I truly feel that you need to walk this path with me just once. The others, you see, they're not as important as us, darling. Without the sun and nature, they can't exist.
She's like eyeing him like somebody who, like a mother who knows the child is trying to butter her up. It's just,
Don't give me those looks, please. Just think about this for a moment. We have to come back. But we can't leave. If we leave, this world is doomed. If passion leaves for a moment, it's fine. If the idea of a hunt leaves for but a blip, I mean, what does that do? War? Oh, God, help us. We forgot war for 10 minutes. Like, the age of peace might be happy for a moment. I don't know. But my point is, the sun goes out and the world's going to be in chaos. If Mother Nature stops giving a harvest, then they all die. And
you do know that, like, the three of them are all war gods, right?
yes, I know, they're always clamoring. But my point is, you know, that old man that sits at our table every week, what is he? The god? He's the god of elderly people, right? Something like that. Zalvarez,
the god of books?
the god of the unspoken word. What is this? No. But you know, I tend to believe that he has a good eye for, like, I mean, he's got the experience, right? Is that what he is? The god of experience? What's happening?
No. She like reaches out and she covers his mouth. Stop talking for 2 seconds. Zalvarez is the god of fate, so he knows what will happen in the future.
Right, and he chose Ramses as his herald. There has to be some. I mean, that has to give you a nod a little bit, right?
I think the fact that you got his name right for the first time is a little bit more important.
Well, I went through all the R's, and those are the only two that made sense. So my point is that I spoke with him separately.
Zalvarez or Ramses?
Ramses. Alvarez can't speak. And
she's just walking up this hill like this.
And then as you do, he says, I helped him.
You helped
And in
him.
turn, yes, and in turn, he helped me. I'm sorry.
She like exhales very slowly. I feel like I'm going to regret asking, what did y'all do? But at the same time, I'm suddenly regretting the prior feelings I had because yes, this is all your fault.
Maybe, but you will be alive at the end of this. Ikaru's not coming here. We already I already led him to the forge.
Mm.
And with the help of Ramses, when we stepped out of those doors, leaving there, we cannot go back anymore. You're stuck here now. As am I. And Ramses will finish his ritual, and we will find our way back. But I'm going to need you to go ahead and find a place to lay low. Because the world has to have you here. It can't lock you away. In this moment, you know the only way to get back to behind the scenes would be through your herald, who is in the basement of her new mansion. The basement of the house Radiant Sun.
I think there
And
is this
Atmos would-
moment where she kind of exhales and like all of the greenery on her kind of wilts and falls off, leaving just like this thorny, very prickly outer layer.
I think over time you'll thank me. This is what needed to happen.
It's not.
You being bait to die. Ugh. Let the two lesser ones die.
None of them are lesser. They're still our siblings.
Yeah. But you know you're more important. In your heart, you know you're more important.
The joke is just that, Atmos. It's just a joke. I don't want to do all the work by myself. If I wanted to, I would have left Brother Nature in the void. I created all the beasts myself, and they would all be adorable. None of them would kill each other because none of them would eat each other.
You know? Maybe you'll have time for that now. But my point is that, well, and he's going to look up at the sky and say, it's not long now.
I think she would it would be a sense of lashing out. And mechanics wise, it's going to be casting Plant Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently not. It's not going to be the sense of living things grow. It's going to be the sense of these brittle and brown dead thorns sprout from the ground around her and like take over this mountainside. As she's trying very hard to maintain the cool and calm, and because he can watch as like what was plant life as her hair is melting into lava. As she exhales and it gets warmer. Atmos, one day, I hope you understand that it gets very lonely very quickly when it is just you and a person who hates you.
Yes, well. You'll see. At the end of this, you all thank me. And he's going to put his finger up and start to walk away. I have to make it across these mountains before everybody dies.
I think she's gonna just kind of look at these thorns and roots and sort of alive but not alive plants, and just the way they grow, they kind of don't need the sunlight to grow, is what she does to them. Is that they will bloom and have foliage on them at night.
Okay. That's truly petty. I love it. Are you going to start making your way to try and get behind the scenes again, or are you going to accept the outcome for yourself at the moment?
I don't think she would try to go back.
Okay. As you look around, you can see the masses beginning to push this way. It's the last bit of omnipotence left in you before you become relatively mortal. On this plane, at least, is to be able to see that the base of this mountain is about to become problematically attained by the moving and twisting and this large amount of goblins and what looks like beastkin and just this madness beginning to abound. And if you would like to just think of a way to save them, by them I mean the elves that are currently taking up residence here, you may. I am going to switch back to Drakthar and the other two, and we'll play out the slow end of our tale here. Drakthar, you talked about casting your spell. Both of you went to attack. What did you roll on your attacks?
I got a 22 on hope.
Okay.
I got a. Sorry. It's a 17 on fear, but with ancestry, I can mark a couple stress to make it hope instead. And I can add an experience if I need to.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that it doesn't hit unless it's 21.
Well, ain't that something? I got a +4, so it'll make it a 21.
Okay. Did you want it to be on hope or on fear?
I don't like that you asked me that question.
If it's on hope, can we do a team attack following?
No, you would need another 3, and you'll both do it together, and it's a whole thing. You could do that next, though.
Okay.
Yeah. We can do that next if you have enough hope.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'll make it perfect. Mine will be a 21.
Can I also reestablish Hunter's mark?
I believe it stays on him.
Well, I had to use it for the duality.
No, you have to use it. You're right. Okay, keep going. Yes, you can reestablish Hunter's mark.
I'm trying to metagame to think if you get something on fear with this freaky creature that you've made.
It is throwing away everything that is unhappy.
I'll mark the stress to turn it into hope.
Okay. Both of you can roll your damage and tell me what half of the damage is.
Yep. Half the damage is 40. Or sorry, 20.
And during this, am I able to make a simultaneous spellcast roll to try and make Baylor invisible? So that way he can get sneak attack? Does that work?
Ooh,
How does it work with attacking if I wanted to make Baylor invisible because I'm cloaked?
You both rolled hope, so have fun. Good.
I wasn't sure if it's just a rogue thing with Daggerheart or if it's also a, like... Because I'm able to give one creature invisibility that is only picked up by magical means. This might not matter, but fuck it, I might as well try. And I do make my spellcast roll.
Okay, so I have to roll something else?
No.
Oh.
You all he's in the middle of like talking, and you guys like hit him again. Nicks and things come off of him, and then there's like this rumbling, and out of the top of this place, just pours these mice and sketa again, and they all begin to take up form around Drakthar as if they are guarding him, and they are standing like taut, like they are ready to throw down all of their lives and let Drakthar finish what he is doing. And then the voice of the Underfather says, I thought we were supposed to go put the box somewhere to catch him.
Well, he came to us. Surprise! My total is 48, so that's 24 halved.
And you also have to mark a stress when I deal damage.
Yep.
And I'm also, as I'm doing this, I'm going to mark a stress, and I'm making an astral projection of myself on the other side of him as well, so that way it looks like there's two of me.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like,
something doesn't smell correct about all this.
In what way?
Like, how did he know we were here?
He shouldn't be able to come behind the scenes. You can only the only people who can get here are the gods or the mortals we allow. Somebody allowed him here. He has to have had the door open for him. This is incorrect. If he could have done this, then he could have found us on the other side of the other continent before. There'd be no reason to do any of the things he's doing. He could have just attacked us directly this way. This is wrong. Ikaru would stop and watch and say, I feel that it was important that I got here to see this place. To taste it before the rest of the world. Your people are so much more full of wonder and hope than the people of my original planet, my original world. And the other continent, oof, he gestures to the rat, your continent. Your people fell to a tree that shook in the sky. They must have been truly worthless.
Bear's gonna like point his axe at Ikaru and be like, yeah, well, we already know we were the better gods. Now, how did you get over here? Like, why did you choose now of all places to be here?
The door was left open for me. Otherwise,
By
I would have been
who?
here much sooner. I don't know all of your all's names. The other one that fled across the sea away from me the first time. But my point is that I am here now. And as long as I can find that little cat to devour, I'm going to make sure that I eat all the children and their animals this time. He smiles.
Well, that's definitely something we agree on. It doesn't matter who left the door open. Just gotta kick your ass.
Right. Right.
And can we launch a team attack?
The first thing that's going to happen is I will spend one of my fear, and I will have Ikaru say, everybody needs to make sure that we share. And I will spotlight specifically Althana. Althana, your hope dice becomes a D8 instead of a D12. And he will gesture, and as he does, the rest of him bursts forth, and it's almost like all of his little arms and legs open up, and the insides of him begin to just drain out, and they are just these goblins and humans and orcs and ogres. All the mortals that fell to him in the very beginning begin to rupture out of his, they look like his insides, as they begin to run forward screaming into the middle of the Skeda to attack. And he says, the first one of you children that desires it and wants it the best, you'll get there. All you need to do is take off that one's head. And he's going to point to Drakthar and say, and I'll grant your bloodline anything that it wants forever. And with that, he will attack both of you. And you guys may make a agility reaction roll. And I'm going to roll some dice.
So even on my reactions, I've got a D8 and a D12.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. And it's on agility.
Yep.
Cool beans.
I rolled really low. Y'all are lucky.
I feel so lucky.
Right. I got a 14 on hope.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
I got a 12.
Okay. I rolled a 2. Each of you take 2 HP, and then you must share it. Which means you just pick somebody else in the room to take 2 HP as well.
Skeda man.
Okay.
like,
Do we have to mark 2 HP, or can I mark an armor slot and then take 1?
You have to mark 2 HP.
Okay.
yeah, see, that was my question. Like, specifically 2 HP? I mean,
Yep. You failed the roll, so you take 2 HP, and then you have to give 2 HP to somebody as well, which means they have to take 2 HP. So she chose the Underfather. He will take 2 damage. Baylor, who do you have take 2 damage?
Oh, I didn't think we failed.
I didn't think we failed either.
Oh, yeah. You both rolled under a 20?
I feel
I'm
like-
sorry. You said 2.
Exactly.
What?
You said you rolled a 2. And I was like,
No, no,
great,
no.
I feel so lucky.
Yeah. That's how much HP I did to you. 2. I rolled a 2.
Okay. So that's
Right.
not what I thought that meant.
Oh, I'm so
Exactly,
sorry.
because we definitely would have like put some hope or something in there. Because you were like, we rolled really low, so we're like, oh, okay, we just have to beat that
Yeah.
roll.
No. I rolled really low as in how much damage I was going to do to you. You all failed, so you take 2 HP, and now you have to give 2 HP to another person. She gave it to the Skeda king, and Baylor. You may choose somebody in the room. Ramses to Blue are both in the room doing the ritual.
I didn't realize they were in the room.
Mr. Socks is in the room somewhere. I don't think you would see Mr. Socks at the moment, but
Okay.
but looking around, this would be the first time you notice that Atmos is not in the room.
Okay. You said Tableau is doing the ritual, right? Or
Blue and Ramses are both doing the ritual that they were discussed.
right. Oh, in that case, I would definitely give the 2 to Ramses and be like, weren't you supposed to be helping us?
Okay. He's gonna say, "Oh God, I'm the one saving you all right now." You all may do a team attack if you'd like against Ikaru or whatever you all would like.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't even know if team attacks make a difference. Just
It'll make a difference for me as someone who now has a D8 to roll with instead of a D12.
check. Okay, so team attack, sure. All of that sounds good.
And then Forge Father, while they're
Hello.
doing that, why don't you give me a finesse roll?
Yay! I've been waiting for this one.
Well, the good thing is it's a 13 on hope, but I can't make it go up any higher. I mean, I can make it go to a 17, but... So, roll big.
check. I'm just trying to figure out like all the things that I can add on to it.
Roll bigger than that.
Shit, critical success.
Very good. You both crit. You do your roll your all's damage. So the way crit works is you do max damage with your attacks, and then you roll again, and then you add all of your damage together, and as one big unit do damage.
Oh shit, okay.
Time to get a calculator.
Right.
Did the Forge Father also just get a crit for his instinct roll?
I'm locked the fuck in.
Okay. You finish building what you're trying to create just as you feel the last of the worship and your forge goes out. The last slam is the ember. At the same time as this, you all would feel the worship for you two as well beginning to dwindle and fall apart. And then you turn and you realize that there are hundreds upon hundreds of Sketa in the back praying to each of you to try and keep you all going. As the Underfather screams above his people, these are my kin. If you believe in me, you have to believe in them. And so currently right now, the Sketa are the only things keeping you all up. After we figure out the damage that is done to Ikaru through this joint attack, we will switch back to the Blooming Mother and what the world begins to look like.
Okay, and we still have to cut this in half, right?
No, you. This is a crit. You don't cut it in half. You don't cut fear rolls in half or crits.
Okay. In that case,
I had a funny feeling. Mine's 99.
what?
99 plus whatever Morgan got.
Damn, like I got 73.
That's good. Those are good numbers. What's 99 plus
I got big
73?
attack.
Oh, right. Okay.
What's 99 plus 73?
172.
Right.
Nice. Okay, great.
172. That's correct.
You all take 2 more HP off of him. At this moment, you have done exactly 5 HP worth of damage to Ikaru overall this time. You watch as parts of his you slam into in part of his his hair, which is the slicked back things, they break and shatter, and they come open, and it's like, and this large, it stands up behind him, and the smile is kind of decaying a little bit, and it's showing more of this like void space through his face, and he's like, ugh, ugh. And for the first time, he doesn't sound smug. He stops and says, I don't understand. I don't understand how you all are still going. Nobody down there believes in you or even feels for you anymore. What are you still doing on your feet? Is it this place? And then as he turns, he looks and he sees the two mortals, Tablu and Ramses. And he says, is it those two? A ritual? And he begins to like move like that snake around you. And this is where I'm going to let you all decide what to do in this moment, but I want to move to the Blooming Mother and show the world. Blooming Mother, you watch as this mess of things and humanoids and bird people, and they ride in on large dragons, that like just everything is beginning to fall onto this one place, one of the furthest south pieces of the continent. Music is playing in clamorous, unbound, no rhapsody, no melody whatsoever that makes sense. Rolls through. It's unicorn music. It's that thing that white girls dance to when they're listening to karaoke. You have no idea how they hear it, but it's there, and it's their own little beat that they've got going on. But my God, it's not country music either. It's just something. And it's just this boom of noise and death as these things begin to eat each other and cackle and laugh and cry elatedly. And there's a stop where they see all the elves, this last bastion of elves that are praying outwardly to all the gods and goddesses, trying to just keep what little they have on this shore going. Each of your heralds plucked and put in this place. Kreskel defending this baby that is not his. Everybody backing off into this large heap. This is now your moment. Can you help them at all? I would say that you have enough magic to cast 2 spells. You may choose those 2 and make them as grand as you'd like.
I wasn't going to use a spell.
Even better.
I wasn't going to use a spell. I was going to mark a stress and take a beast form.
Okay.
Of all the druids I've played, this would be the first beast form I ever used.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And of all the beasts that anything could ever choose, what beast is Mother Nature taking the form of?
I think she would take this. It kind of looks more like the flowers and vines wrap up around her, and it just keeps growing until she grows into this massive it looks like the flower and the animal had a child, and it is a snapdragon.
Okay.
And she's going to take off towards this fight because she can't leave them to die, or everything has no point.
All right. Roll me present.
Reaction?
Nope.
Okay. Ugh. It's a 10 with fear.
As you enter, some of the goblins and some of the things like break away. Like, what the hell? I've never seen something like this. And then others immediately just turn and are like, well, I've never cooked one of these either. And they all begin to like try and like scramble up to you. And Kreskel knows who you are, and he is holding this child out front of the keep with his sword. That is also his focus to cast, and he's like shooting things apart and holding this baby and like defending. And he looks over and goes, "The mother of all. Why? You don't have to be here. I can protect these people. I will protect your heralds. I promise."
I think I'm supposed to be able to talk in beast form in Daggerheart.
Doesn't matter. It's Kreskel. If you were to talk in any language, he would understand the plants, the beast, the wind.
I was gonna say, but I think it's more thematic, but I can't speak like the common language.
That's fine. Talk French.
I'm not Moss. She there's kind of like this impression of a smirk. And that's not what she's here for. If she's going to spend the next however long with Atmos as the only god to talk to, she's going to have to get rid of this anger. So she's going to just kind of make one of those diving arcs into this crowd. Or a diving plunge into the crowd.
Okay. As you do, there's a white light that pierces the sky. It's a beam. It's a single point, almost like a spotlight that has just been turned all the way up and can cut through the clouds and the sun itself if it had to. And everything kind of stops. Because as this white light does this, it kind of rips through what is the fabric of reality. Drakthar, Althana, and Baylor, what are you doing? You can't. This is. We'll rewind time for a couple minutes before the white light. What are you all doing to stop Ikaru in this moment? That's if you are. If you don't have to stop him from stopping the ritual.
I will spring my trap on him. His this box that he is destined to live in, but it's not just a box. I think hearing what he's heard, knowing what he's known, and on a crit and something unironically very thematic, Drakthar will grant Ikaru a gift, his deepest secret that they will now share as a prison. Because Drakthar's biggest secret is that he does not feel he is worthy to be a god. He would love to experience the world as a man. And he will grant that as Ikaru's prison. I think, if you will let me, I have a feature called Hearthborn, which allows me once per long rest to spend any number of hope and give an ally the same hope. And as a seraph. These prayer dice. Prayer is something that is given to gods, and I think this is something that now he gives back to the people. I have 5 hope here. And I will, if you allow me, grant my remaining hope to Ramses, to Blue, to Mr. Socks, to Baylor, and to Elthana.
Okay. So you're making Ikaru mortal?
I'm making Ikaru desire to be mortal.
Ah, okay. He stops and like he looks at you, and it's almost like through the void you see 2 eyes roll into his head. They're purple with these like flecks of like a fuchsia pink to them, and they're old. You can even see the like the white parts of his eyes have like those like pieces, those flecks ripped out of them, so that it's cloudy. And he says, "Oh, you're so foolish. I was immortal at one point. I know to desire it. The gods are... Divinity is not the way. Divinity is a lie that you talk to yourselves about, and just worship is such a waste of time when desire can take it over so quickly, and depravity just bring this whole system down over and over again."
I agree.
Ah, my gosh. I see that I will have to flood you all. I will give you a gift as well then. And he opens his hands, and as he does, he says, "Please, meet the people of my world." And there's this like pulse. And I would need everybody to roll a knowledge saving reaction roll, as you are going to be overwhelmed by the memories of every single person from his original world.
Just those 3, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're stuck somewhere.
That's so rude. You're stuck.
I was like, you're stuck on
Mine's a
Cold.
10.
I'm a dragon
So
too.
me and my
Hey,
mine's a 10. So me and my astral projection on both sides of the room are fucking going through it.
I got a 18. This is a reaction roll. Can we add anything to this?
If you want.
We'll push this up to
Uh,
22.
even with his experience, my little Lord Skeda won't get above a 17.
Oh no.
He tried. He's been going good. He's been doing good this whole
It was
time.
so good. He's going through it right now. Okay, that'll be a 22 and hope from Jack. Well, I guess it's a reaction roll, so it doesn't matter. 22.
Okay. Drakthar, you'll... Baylor, what'd you get?
This D8 sucks.
You muted. Drakthar, Baylor, you're muted.
Okay, so I just had a whole conversation with myself. Check. I got a 12. I was trying to decide if it was worth trying to spend the hope for it, but I wouldn't make it above a 20. So
Yeah. So you guys begin to feel just hopelessness and scared, and there's the amount of people you've felt worship before, but the world that Ikaru came from was larger than yours. You all have been focusing on a continent. This person came from a world full of land masses, and you're feeling all of them lose hope and die, and you're feeling each of their stories wash through you, and you realize that it's parts of you dying as well. During all this, you can see you all gave the Underfather 2 HP already. He was hurt to begin with when he came in here. He is going to start like freaking out, and he's like holding himself, and he's like, no, and he starts to cry because he can feel all of this happening, and he knows that he is not going to be able to open his eyes. So he goes over to one of the taller Skeda, this Lilith, this beautiful, like, fighter of a woman, and he like hugs her, and she looks down and in Skeda says, "Don't worry, Father, you won't be forgotten. Your herald fought with you instead of going somewhere else, and I will make sure that I get the last blow in the midst of all this, on whoever's fault this is. But you won't be forgotten." And she like holds him and takes up her sword and like pushes it forward to guard her father's body. Drexar, you don't feel any of this. You are watching as everybody else starts to bug out. Each of you roll me a d6, except for Drexar. I rolled a 4 for my Skeda guy.
I got a 3.
Okay.
5.
Okay. That's how much HP you take, and you must share that.
You know what this party needs? This party needs a healer.
Well, we didn't until this very moment.
Drexar's like, I can heal.
I am looking real fucking rough.
You must share the damage with people.
Can I split it up? Or it has to be total like mine?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Socks takes 3. And
I can take
to Blue will take 2.
Oh, all right.
Oh no, I mean Mr. Socks can take all 5, and that's
I mean, there's like still a million Skeda. Can we not pass this amongst the Skeda?
No.
I guess that would just be too easy, right?
All the Skeda are part of the Underfather. They're dead. You're watching them all die except for his champion.
Check.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna go down.
How much do you have, Baylor? What do you want?
I have 2 HP left, if that's what you're asking.
How much did you roll? How much do you have to share? Yeah.
3?
I have to share 4.
I'll take both of them.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll give you 2.
Okay.
You know what? And I'm not liking Mr. Socks either in this moment. I feel like this is partly his fault too.
Whoa.
They were on another continent. So he could take the last one.
Okay, so Mr. Socks is taking 6 over the course of this moment? Is that what we
6?
said?
Is that what that is?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Because
Because I believe
Althana gave
Sally-
him 5.
Or-
She did. She gave him 5. I thought, oh my God. Okay, my fault. No.
And then we
I
all
just took 5 HP. Are we in the same call?
I heard you say 5, but I thought you split it up. Like he got some and then Tablu got some.
I can do that. It's just when I thought that then someone else then would split it up to Blue or to Ramses or something else, and then I'll just go ahead and dedicate my whole 5.
Oh, okay. You dedicated your whole 5. Cool. I'll just give my last one to Blue.
Okay.
Okay.
The Underfather will give 4 to you, Drakthar.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll
Alright.
hold that.
And Ikaru says, you didn't want to feel anything there. What are you, an orc or he like peers and goes, you're the one who's trying to make me feel mortal,
Yeah.
right?
It seems like you tried to make me feel a responsibility greater than my own, and let me tell you, I've been overstimulated for the last 2 hours. I have disassociated for the last 100 years or so, and I have been depressed for my entire life.
Is this a
Right.
therapy session?
I
Make me
guess I'll
feel
leave.
something.
I suppose with all these rats dying, and he gestures to your 2 sisters who are currently slowly beginning to wither away. He says, I guess I'll leave you to be, what, the last one here?
That is my punishment.
Why, as I clear your world away. And he's going to turn to leave. Would anybody like to take a last strike at him?
Yeah, like definitely yelling, like, hey, what's going on here? Like, how close are we? All of
I
this.
think, yeah, she'd look at Baylor essentially and just try to act on like an instinct of like conveying a look of neither of us are backing down for this thing.
Right. I mean, one last team attack.
Yeah, you got the hope?
Yeah, with our Forge Father here giving us his last hope.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll say this is a team attack with the Forge Father as well, then.
Yeah.
So he gave him the
Fuck
hope.
it. I'll
Okay.
fucking be shaped too. Why not?
I really want to crit. I really want to crit.
going
Like,
dragon mode.
humiliate.
Am I rolling 2 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a 23 on fear.
Yeah, let's go with that. I got a hearty 10 on fear. So let's do yours. or Draktar's coming in hot.
I got a 29 on fear.
Ooh.
So 20 plus on fear.
Yep.
Sounds good. Roll your damage, guys.
Oh boy. Here we go.
No.
While
Nothing
y'all are rolling
minor.
damage, I am going to focus in a little bit on Mr. Socks and Ramses and Tablu. There are goblins and different mania infested people rushing over to them as the rats begin to die. The Sketa die around them, and Tablu is doing a good enough job keeping them away, while Mr. Socks does his job of just like kind of flicking away some of them as they get close, kind of like a cat tackling a toy. And Mr. Socks turns and says, I don't smell the right magic's being woven here, boy. And Ramses turns to Blue and says, my friend, I have to admit something to you. I spoke with Atmos before this happened, and I came up with my own plan that kind of mixes what you want into all of this. I would say I'm sorry, but instead, and I'm going to save us all. Atmos told me that he was going to turn on his fellows. And with that knowledge, I knew that I had to do something quickly. Because we did not have the time to pull off a ritual that was written by your goddess. So I did something that we're going to trade. I met someone, and we're going to trade. And as you all go into an attack, this giant white beam pierces through this place. The behind the scenes ruptures for a moment as this long, tall beam that reaches out up into the cosmos and slowly becomes this purple black lightning that reaches far beyond what you could see. There's no horizon for this. It would stop everybody. Like as it happens, like you all would strike it, like Ikaru, and it would stop everything. There would be this moment of like, what the hell is that? Because it's the most primordial magic, the most ruptured ley line, the most power anybody has ever felt in one ritual that just shears off. How much you did? 42, 47, 40. So added up, that is what?
129.
129.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another stress. I don't know if you marked the stress from when they damaged him before.
Yeah, I've been marking stress off of them. You
Yeah.
flay through parts of him. A bunch of his spines tear off and like disintegrate up into the distance, and some of them fall from this behind the scenes and get sucked up into the world and thrown skewed about the mortal realm. You see part of his arm too starts to like tear away, and you can see pieces of his arm is like torn off. The part of his side is like ripped open. He bleeds this black blood mixed with red. It's much darker than mortal blood normally is. But he stops and looks over. And it's confusing, this moment in that it's hard to know, but the whole world begins to smell of brine, of seawater, of salt. The air itself shudders, and Ramses' hands rise trembling, not from weakness, but from the weight of all the cosmos that he's pressing into this one moment that are pressing back against him. This ritual circle flares. At this moment, Mr. Socks yells, "No, this is wrong," and takes a swipe at his stomach, tearing open his gut. And Ramses stands harder through it all, as if the threads of the world begin to peel apart around this moment. First, there's only a whisper, this trickle of it all, and you can hear you see the edge of a sigil, the scent of salt and copper straining the air, and then comes a sound, a storm howling, boats quaking. And as if you're looking up, this break in the universe, looking down at you, with like voices riding 1,000 winds, is what looks to be a very tall, thin man with slicked black hair, looking straight up with a woman standing next to him, broken wing. A captain in all of the gaudiest things. Next to him is a turtle that is on her back as these two lights meet, and this man is being created by this light. And he looks up, and the captain points and goes, "That's the boy there. You remember our deal? A prisoner for a prisoner. Right?" And Ramses looks up and goes, "Yes, a prisoner for a prisoner. Give her to me." And he goes, "All right, with this I cast my wife out, and I will take your prisoner for it." And he holds up a box, and he throws it, and it slams into Ramses' side. The sigil becomes his heart. It begins to spin. And he screams in 5 languages. It sounds like dragons screaming. The white light begins to encompass him, and he coughs the name Tiamat. And he looks up, and he goes, "I will seal away death, and with him all the gods and entities from beyond will be stuck here in this moment, unable to leave. I'm sorry, Mr. Socks. You gotta fucking go." And you watch this cat look, and it just gets sucked into it. And Ramses, not Ramses, the pirate catches it, and it becomes this large glowing stone. And he holds it, and he goes, "Good thing. My son will love this." And he hands it to the turtle next to him. And you watch as this being made of pure magic is formed. And he looks up. He breathes out for the first time. And as he does, magic from this world is gone. And Ramses goes, "Deal's a deal. Sorry. I'm sorry for what I gave you." And the captain looks on and smiles and goes, "I'd trade my wife a million more times." And he just as they both look up and put their hands up, the thing closes. Everything seals. It looks like the world is cut up together. And you all begin to fade out. And he turns and says, "I'm going to bring you all back. Every one of you. And I will protect your heralds. But this is the easiest way. Nobody had to die for this. Sorry. But Atmos gave you all up. And this is the easiest way I could think of to do this." And then Tablu punches him in the chin. You all have a moment to say goodbye to each other as you fade out.
Sorry I riled you up, Baelor. Needed you at your best.
I only hated you partially.
Most family ass thing ever.
Thana. I can't fix your bear anymore.
Is this the only situation where I would forgive you?
I wasn't asking for forgiveness. I was just telling you I can't fix your bear anymore.
Sibling punch.
Drakthar laughs. He has a moment. Blue,
Tablu like stands up. He's breathing heavily. He's like, okay. Yep. Ramses is knocked out, kind of. Yes.
Think he will reach to his back and pull out what is essentially like a staff with a rock on it. It is not the hammer he uses for creating. This one is named Ruin. And he slides this across the floor. Get a hit in for me. Atmos, Ikaru, whichever you find first.
He picks up and smiles. Your children?
Yeah, one of them. I think they'll enjoy the challenge.
And he just laughs and he goes and says, whether Ramses brings you back or not, I will bring you all back. This will not be a choice.
And that one, I believe.
I told you all mortals were clever.
I still hate mortals. I'm just like walk over to the forest fire, like put his shoulder on him and be like, did you see that hit though? That was a good hit.
It's a damn good hit.
You all are like having a moment with Ikaru, and Ikaru's sitting there like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I can't leave. There's no doors here anymore.
Whose fucking fault is that, you asshole?
What? No. And what is that shit? What is that thing? And he's like pointing. He's like, what is this? And then and as he does that, you watch him like peel away and disappear. And he's like, why me first? And just
Althana does the annoying sister thing and pops up in between Baylor and Drakthar because he's like, I want to be included. So
Definitely read this.
And she'll look up to Blue and like, bring us good stories. Leave our brother to us though when we come back, because I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
The reality of it all is, as you all are getting locked away, you can see your sister down below because she's still fighting. And she's beginning to get overwhelmed. There is a lot of this mania, and you can see Ikaru's smile on a bunch of them. And there's this moment where it looks like it's going to be too much, and then there's this this popping explosion, and darkness begins to erupt out of this and like kind of seep into the soil. And then there's like these little white lights and these it almost looks like fingers reaching up to the sky. And you've never seen him do battle before, as the Pale Scholar begins to walk forward with his book open, and you're watching these things get like torn upwards, and he would reach you before everything fades, and he would say, I could see you wanting to go into the next life as that form. You're this is very pretty, I would say, but if you would grace me with one of your more a form that has a face would be very nice. If you would do your brother one last favor as we fade, my dear.
I think her Snapdragon form would dip into a very thematic bow. And her hair is not the color of a plant anymore. It's not the green vines. It looks like fire. As she just kind of bows to him
I've always been amazed at the way you're able to change how you feel and look. So casually. I'm sorry that your brother did what he did. My herald will bring us all back. He has promised me.
It's to be expected when dealing with Atmos.
I'm sure he just wanted the best for you.
Well,
Now,
as the mortals will someday say, the highway to hell, good intentions. And she winks at him.
if you don't mind, would you go ahead and help an old man into the afterlife? And he puts his arm out, like somehow he's older than you.
You'll have to read me this book while we're there. And she like sets her hand on the crook of his elbow.
Oh yeah, sure. It's a good book. It says some cool stuff in it sometimes. He opens it and most of the pages are blank. He smiles and cackles.
Yeah, the Sal'Terra compendium isn't complete yet.
Yeah. And we'll end there as we wipe the gods and goddesses away, along with Ikaru. And we see who Ramses is talking to on the other side. Thank you all for watching, and join our West Marches campaign and find out more. Either way, I'll see y'all next year. See y'all.
The cackle
Bye.
I cackled.